Hi, my name's Paul and here's my tube bass octave pedal that I've just built, so let's check it out. Okay, so here it is, the tube octave pedal. Now, if anybody knows of any information out there on anybody who's built a tube octave pedal or valve octave pedal other than me, I'd really appreciate if you could let me know in the comments, because I can't find any information anywhere on this, and I'd love to talk to somebody else who's built one or see some of their schematics or just general information. The other thing is, if you like what I'm doing in these videos, please subscribe. I really appreciate subscriptions and things, and people watching my videos and stuff. I love it, and I love the comments. Comments are great. I love replying to comments and yeah, talking to people about what's going on and answering questions and whatnot. So the format of this video will be, we'll take a tour of the outside of the pedal, then we'll plug it in and I'll give you a sound demo, then we'll have a look inside the thing. The amplifier I'll be using for the sound demo is a Marshall JCM 2000 TSL60. We've got a plywood cab with two Celestion Vintage 30s. The guitar is an American Deluxe Strat Ash with a humbucker and two single coils. So yeah, let's get to it. The tour. On the left hand side towards the front is our power jack, 16 volts AC. Here we have our output jack. We've got an input jack on the right hand side. Then we have our true bypass foot switch, our status LED, which lights up green when the thing is engaged, and there is a faint red LED that glows there when the thing's plugged in, so you know it's got power, but you mightn't see that on the video. We've got a gain control, so we can sort of dial up more distortion or more fuzz. We've got a bias control, which allows us to change the sound and sort of lean towards or away from the octave kind of sound. We've got a volume control, which obviously allows us to match our bypass signal with our affected signal. So let's plug the thing in and give it a demonstration. So she works. I'll just hit the standby on the amp. So here's our bypass signal, and we should get a really pronounced sort of vintage octave up sound when I turn the volume up on the guitar. So as you can see, it kind of works pretty good. It's at the 12th fret. So you can hear that. Okay, so let's dial the bias around. We'll turn it all the way around to the right. So you can hear the octave sort of not as pronounced now. Oh, and we're on the neck pickup of the Strat. So I'll head around to the left now. Just starts to sound more like a fuzz now. much around that area. So I'll just let it ring and we'll do a sweep of that bias. You can hear it quietens right down because as we change the bias, the gain actually changes on the on that stage. And the sweet spot's just where the volume increases for the octave sound, that is. About there. We can crank the gain up. So you can get just a plethora of sounds. I'm sort of hitting the A string and then playing some other notes. So yeah, it makes the octave sound, so that's pretty cool. So we'll turn the gain down somewhat, the volume up. It cleans up reasonably well. It's still a little bit fuzzy. I don't think you could ever completely get away from that with that octave up sound. It's just the way the circuit works. So bypass. So, yeah, there you have it. If we roll around to here and we turn this down. So the bypass really, the bias control really allows you to dial a thing in. And even down at the 5th fret, it still sounds really octavey. So there you have it. So that's the demo. Let's have a look inside this baby. Okay, so let's have a look inside. I'll just prop this up. The wires are a bit short, so I'll get that solder there. And I won't touch anything because it's probably still live to some degree. So inside here we've got a 12H7EH by Electro Harmonics. I don't have a preference towards them or anything. They're just what I happen to buy or I'm able to get hold of at a reasonable price. And if you watched part 2, you would have seen that this part here is actually the power supply section, and this is our circuit. basically the stuff that does all the work here. So the signal comes in, you have a basic amplifier section. Pardon me. A basic amplifier section that just boosts the signal, and it's much like the front end, the first stage of an old Marshall amplifier or whatever. The second stage though is what's called a phase splitter, and it actually splits the signal into two that are inverse to one another. You know, when one goes positive, the other one goes negative, sort of thing. So you end up with a wave that looks like this. Then we rectify each one in the same direction, and you end up with a signal that looks like a series of humps. And that's that clunky old octave sound. That's how it's done. So yeah, that's what's in there. So we've got your HT power supply, which supplies 200 volts, gets rectified, filtered, blah blah blah, and that goes to the plate on the 12AX7. And then you've got your low voltage section over here, which is the 12.6 volts to run the heaters. Run the heaters in series, so I can run 12.6. And I'll use a regulator to get it right on like 12.6. It's once loaded, it was like 12.61 or something with the tube on there, or 12.62. It was almost perfect. Yeah. True bypass switch, and it switches the LED as well, and that's pretty much it. If you've got any questions or anything, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. I'll catch you later.